These men might not have known how deep it was, but they knew the calling was a full-time commitment. This is why they left everything to follow him. In their minds, he was worth it. It was worth leaving some things for Jesus. You can't follow Jesus without having to leave some things and some activities. And so that is the following part. I hope you got that. Now let me give you the fishing part. Now with the fishing part, I'll tell you, when I ask God to kind of show me the message of where he wants me to go, I look at the text and I look for patterns. When I teach my kids math in school, we have sessions in 3rd and 4th and 5th grade where we get them to learn how to spot patterns and look for things that repeat themselves over and over again. And a few times in this text, something jumped out at me this time, and it was the issue of the nets. Now, and the nets are in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, all talk about the nets. Now, Luke says that the nets were clean. In the Mark text, it says that they cast the nets, and then they also were preparing or adjusting the nets, depending on your translation. And so what I want to talk about here is the idea that you got to cast nets, clean nets, and adjust nets. I'm going to give you these last points, and I'm out of here. The casting of the nets, that's the hard work. The nets had to be dropped with weights on them from either the shore or from the boat. In order to get a good catch, most fishermen would go out further in the boat to deeper water to catch more fish. Now, you could catch fish from the shore, but oftentimes you got to venture out a little further, amen, because the fish don't always swim by the shore. Sometimes you got to go out a little further, amen, to get some fish. Can I help somebody here? Amen. Every now and then a fish will swim by Second Baptist, and they're easy to catch. They came to the 11 o'clock service, they came to the 8 o'clock service, they came to Bible study, they came to one of the fellowships. Pooh, we grabbed them, got them all in there. But every now and then, amen, the fish will be down on Broad Street, or be down Broad Rock, or be down Walmsley, or be down Warren, and you got to cast your net out a little further. What does that mean? It means we got to go outside the four walls. What does it mean? This spring, y'all, this spring, y'all, this spring, y'all, we got to hit the neighborhoods. This spring, we got to hit the neighborhood. This summer, we got to hit the neighborhood. It means that we got to cast our nets out a little further. It doesn't mean that folks don't come rolling in on a Sunday morning. We're going to grab them. That's fishing from the shore. But every now and then you got to go out a little further and fish from the boat. You got to get out of your comfort zone, amen, and go for the big fish, because no big fish is swimming by the shore. You ain't going to catch no big fish. Every now and then you got a couple big fish. But most of the time, you got to go out and venture out a little further in some deeper water, amen, to catch the big fish. So there's the casting of the nets. Second battle, we got to cast our nets at the shore, but we definitely got to go out further and cast more nets. The second thing about the nets is they had to clean the nets. If you look here, if you look in the Luke 5 passage, it says they were cleaning the nets, amen. Now, the cleaning net, let me help you here. Dirty nets, you can't catch fish with. You gotta wash the fish. You got to wash the nets. Why? Because a dirty net will stink up the boat. Y'all missed that. Y'all missed it. I should got a bigger ooh on that. Let me help you here. Nets catch dead fish, mud, seaweed, and all sorts of stuff on the bottom of the lake or the sea. This debris is pulled into the boat, and when the net is retrieved, and if you don't clean the net, it's going to make the net stinky over time. And if the fish or the mullets or whatever at the bottom is not cleared from the nets, rats would come and feed on the dead debris and chew on the nets, making big holes in them, and it would stink up the place and stink up. And beloved, we don't want to have a dirty, stinky ministry. Amen. Look, can I help you? A ministry that is not righteous will stink up the boat or stink up your church. I'm kind of help you here. Can I help you? Stinky boats are boats that contaminate good fish. Sinful churches contaminate good fish. Okay, I sneak that in on you. Let me say it again. Stinky boats will contaminate good fish. Stinky churches, sinful churches will contaminate good fish. We got to be careful that we can't even allow some stuff to happen in here with some of us. Amen. We got to watch our lifestyle. We got to watch our behavior. We got to watch our actions inside and outside the church, because stinky preachers mess up churches. Stinky deacon. Okay, y'all got what I'm saying. Got to clean them nets, amen. Dirty nets got to be washed. If a net is not washed, guess what? Like I said, it will stink up, but then it'll begin to rot the net. And see, a rotten net is unreliable, it's ineffective, and it's useless. And the problem is, once the net starts rotting, not only can you not pull the net in because the pull rope start to break, but the net's rotting, and that means you start to have holes in the net. And fish, instead of the fish being caught, fish swim through. And so you don't want to have an ineffective, useless, where you do a lot of work, because you still, look, when your net has holes in it, you might do the same amount of work and not come up with anything because you had a bad net. And church, what we don't want to do is have useless, ineffective ministries that are not catching any fish, but letting fish go through. So every now and then you got to evaluate what you're working with. Can I help some? Yeah, we got to evaluate. Amen. Let me hear. I know you've been doing it for 20 years, but that don't mean every now and then we got to evaluate. Okay. Okay. Let me move on a little further. If the net is not clean, the weight of the net because of the dirt will slow down the fisherman. It'll make it too hard on the fisherman because the net is now too heavy. And we got to be careful that we don't put stuff in the ministry that slows us down and hinders us from doing the work of God because we're caught up in some stuff that we don't need to be caught up in. Amen? And not only with all the nets here, let me give you this last point because I'm running out of time here. The last thing I want to say about nets here is that a dirty net, fish can see and swim around. Now, the Sea of Galilee is normally a calm sea, except within a storm. But the waters are typically, the tide is slow and the waves are slow. And so the water is clear on most days. And so the fish can see a lot of what is ahead of them. Now, one of the reasons why they fish a lot of time in the early morning or late at night because it's darker. But when it's about they fish so long that oftentimes they're fishing when the light has come up. Now, a dirty net, see the net once it gets in water, when it's clean, it's almost invisible. But a dirty net can be spotted a mile away. Can I help you? Sinners can see when your church ain't right. Okay, y'all missed that. Okay, sinners can see when they jiving over there. Sinners can see when you're not real. See, I find out folk that are still unsaved sometimes got their eyes open a little bit better than the church folk. Amen. And they can see past some stuff, see the jive. They can see you running game. They can see you not serious. They can see not because they know real when they see real. Amen. And so they'll run away from that thing. See, I'm here to let you know because see, real sinners respect good churches.